The man on your screen is going to prison for several decades after pleading guilty to more than 30 sex crimes charges. Investigators arrested Nicholas Moore at his home in Burgaw in August of 2022. They say they found hundreds of images related to child porn and sexual assault. Detectives say they later found Moore had secretly recorded women using his bathroom.